Hey there guys, and welcome back to Alex Invests. And wow, are the markets red today? It is crazy out there. Last week, we saw quite a bit of red. The week before, a little bit of red, and this week, again, a little bit of red here. And today, obviously, quite a lot of red, but we can already see some recovery, right? And that's why none of this is really worrying me too much, because here's the thing. We had green and green and green, over the past sort of month, 2 months here. And with that, we're bound to see a bit of a correction in the markets, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. And this is just classic stock market stuff here. We have green days and we have red days, but what's important is to kind of hold and buy on the red days, because again, the market will recover. And as long as you don't need the money you have invested in the stock market, there's no point really in selling on red days. So today we're going to go through some of the things that I actually bought this morning. And we're also going to go through just sort of where I see the market here in general. Is a crash coming? Was this the crash? No and no again to both of those, right? Again, still low inflation, still low interest rates, stimulus is still coming out, and we can already see some big recovery happening in the markets today, right? So we're going to look at just my portfolio here to start off, right? And we can kind of see everything is completely in the red today, except for, a few stocks. But mostly everything's in the red. If we look over at the potential watch list, there's not a single green stock here, but that just constitutes a great buying opportunity. Let's look at the sub picks here for a minute too, right? All in the red today. And that's, again, it's okay. It just presents us with an opportunity to buy some shares here. And here's the biggest reason why. If we take a look sort of at any of these stocks, what happened, right? We had huge dips down. FCell went to $13.97. We haven't seen a price like that in months and months, right? And instantly, boom, V-shaped recovery, right? What do we see with Tesla? The same thing, come down, V-shaped recovery back into the upside, right? Plug Power, similar scenario here, right? And back up. High Tide. And here's an interesting story about High Tide, right? My friend this morning, he decided that he saw the big dip down and he's like, oh no, the market's crashing, and he sold his High Tide shares. And what happened right after that? We saw this, right? The market just instantly recovered off of that, or High Tide instantly recovered off of that. And this is one of the only stocks in the green today for me. So he was so angry that when it came down, he ended up selling, because it's just not worth it. We're going to see the market recover, and in the long term, all of these stocks are going to be at a higher spot than they are now, especially again in the environment we're in right now. Yes, we've taken a big beating today. And yes, if you're in clean energy like myself, we've taken a big beating yesterday and last week as well. But, just seeing this V shape on pretty much all of these stocks, right? Mountain Valley MD share a little bit of recovery and still coming down a bit. But in general, what we're seeing is, this V-shaped recovery in all these stocks, in all these sectors. And the reason is there's still plenty of buying power out there. We're still in this bullish market in general here. And so if anything, guys, if you learn anything from today, it's hold a little bit of cash on the sides so you have some buying power on these red days, right? And that's what I did. Although I didn't have a lot of cash, there is some stocks that I picked up today. First of all, CMC, I bought some more shares of CMC today, and that's right here. And where did I buy? Right around this point here at the 0.374, right? I don't see us coming much lower now from this spot, really. Sure, you could wait and get in maybe at a lower spot, but again, in the long term, I see this one doing really well. It's one that I talked about yesterday, so you can go check out that video, but I just wanted to quickly mention in that video, I said they're going to have to go into debt to, continue to build these new plants that they're planning on building. But as it turns out, as somebody in my comments section told me, they do actually have a joint agreement to build these plants, so they won't have to do that. And that made me even more bullish on CMC, and that's why I ended up picking up some more shares there this morning. And the other stock I picked up is actually CCIV, right? And this one, took a huge hit to in after hours, really is when it took the big hit, down 34% today. And I took that as a huge buying opportunity and bought right around the $35 level. And if it goes back down to the $35 level, I'll probably pick up some more, because this one, it's going to recover. It's bound to recover. Yes, CCIV, they don't have any sales yet really of their cars, and they don't have, any revs or anything like that, but they will soon, and people are extremely bullish on this. And once the deal with Lucid here goes through, which is, it's pretty much confirmed, it will go through likely. And nothing's 100%, it could not go through still, but it is very highly likely that Lucid will be merging with CCIV now. So what does this mean for us? It means we're going to see the stock price go back up again to around this, $63 level eventually, or $50 level eventually, and upwards from there, because CCIV is doing good things as well here. So when I saw this price come down, I said, huge buying opportunity, I'll buy, and I'm up already on this stock. And that's what's so nice about these big red days, is you can pretty much buy anything on this bottom dip and you'll have made money already, right? And we can see that through any stocks here again, right? If this morning you got lucky and you got in at sort of this bottom here from this V-shaped recovery, you've done already very well today, and then you're in the green really, right? So that's something that's really important kind of to mention here, and is why I'm really not worried. Again, high tide, you could have bought high tide at 0.588 and you would have already made 20 to 25% of your money here. Actually, exactly 23% of your money here you would have made already if you would have bought at the bottom here. And again, seeing those V shapes in recovery in most of these stocks, and seeing this big red day, we're bound to see recovery. And that's why it's so important, again, to just hold a little cash on the side and buy on these big red days. And I've said always, buy on the red days, don't buy on the green days, right? And a day like this just shows you why you kind of want to wait for those red days, because that's where you're going to have the buying opportunity to make some quick money here, and get in at such a good spot, right? And make those extra, in high tide's case, 20% of your money if you would have just waited to buy high tide at sort of these lows. And I can't stress enough how important it is to not sell on these red days, and have sort of conviction on your stocks, and have conviction in the market right now, and just buy on these red days. And if you don't have any buying power, right, what you can do is you can maybe sell some of the stocks that you are heavily in the green on, if you do want to take advantage of some of these red opportunities. And that's kind of what I did with CCIV as well for myself. I did have a little bit of cash on the sides, but I wanted a little bit of more, so I ended up selling just a little bit of OPTT. And there is one more thing I wanted to mention to you guys, and that is HRH, right? And I did mention this quickly in my video yesterday, right? I think right now it would be a great time to buy some Hillcrest Petroleum as well, because Morgan Stanley actually picked up 1 million shares of Hillcrest Petroleum yesterday, at these highs. And I don't think they're worried about it either, because they know where this one is going as well, just like me. And it's to the upside. There's some big news coming out soon. I'm thinking, especially because Morgan Stanley bought, I think the big news is coming out either this week or next week, likely, on sort of this deal with Inigo that's going through and happening currently. So I do see big moves in HRH. And right now, again, is a great opportunity on the red day to buy some of these shares, because tomorrow what I think we're going to see is us moving back into the upside, into the green. And when we see that deal come through, right, we're going to see even more green coming in. So great time to buy. Try not to sell. Especially don't sell anything you're in the red on, and don't be worried if you're in the red on some of these. We will see recovery, and guys, it's the long term you have to be concerned about here. Don't worry about these days or weeks even. If you're new to the stock market, all you know is green, 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 and that is not what the stock market is in general. So just keep that in mind. Buy on the red days, buy on a day like today. And just enjoy it. You know what I mean? Enjoy the red day and take comfort in the fact that you can buy on such heavy discounts and make money on stocks so quickly here, right? Because these 30, 40, 50% gains, or 100, 200, 300% gains that we've been seeing in the market is, again, not what normal times looks like in the stock market. So be happy about the red day, buy on the red day, and just enjoy it, guys. And that's all I really have for you guys today. I just wanted to really talk about the market a little bit with you guys and where we're headed. I still think it's to the upside. So other than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment on the video as always. And other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow.